Well, good morning, everyone. It is Monday, March 30th. My name is Nick Glue. I'm president of Marion Economic Development Corporation. I wanted to spend just a couple of minutes this morning updating you on a few resources that we have posted to our COVID-19 resource page at medcoiowa.org, specifically some information that we are sharing regarding the recently passed CARES Act. It's also called Phase 3 of some of the disaster assistance programs that the federal government has passed. So I'm just going to share my screen with you, and hopefully you can follow along with me. This is the resource page that we've developed. It's medcoiowa.org/COVID. You can get to it very quickly from our main homepage. Here we have all kinds of resources that we have posted here. Under financial resources, this is the new area that I want to point you to here this morning. So here's the information about the CARES Act. As you drop down, we have sought to put what we believe are the best resources that we've found to help you understand how this legislation applies to your business. So we have a couple of quick links here that you can click on, lots of information inside of those links. And then down below here, some of the high-level points to the program. So the Small Business Paycheck Protection Program, some changes that the legislation is allowing to the economic injury disaster loans that are being implemented by the SBA. We've heard about some expansions at the federal level to our unemployment programs, talks about that here and what that application process looks like at the state level through Iowa Workforce Development. So we have lots of great links here. I'm not going to get into the specifics of the CARES Act, but just want to point you to where we believe the best resources are housed. Down below here, as these different programs come online, we are collecting them all in this area at the top of the page. So last week, the state of Iowa rolled out the Iowa Small Business Relief Fund and Tax Deferral Program, as well as the Iowa Targeted Small Business Sole Operator Fund. These programs do have deadlines coming up this week, so I'd encourage you to check out the details under each of these categories just as soon as possible. And then it was a week ago that the state of Iowa received the declaration for us and for your businesses to be able to apply for these SBA Economic Injury Disaster Assistance Loans. This is the latest information about them. We facilitated a webinar a week ago on these loans. You can access that webinar down here. It's important to note that while we were one of the first webinars that was facilitated, there have been some changes to these loans since that time. We've highlighted some of them here in red, and then you'll also note under the CARES Act, there's some additional provisions to those loans. A couple of important things to keep in mind. The Economic Injury Disaster Assistance Loans, you apply for those directly through directly to the SBA, okay? So many of you may have SBA loans with your local lender. These Economic Injury Disaster Assistance Loans require an application direct to the SBA. The links are provided on that page. However, it is extremely important that you are working very close with your relationship manager, your commercial lender at your financial institution to really understand what these economic injury disaster assistance loans are all about and some things that you need to be thinking about as far as what they might mean down the road, okay? Now, through the CARES Act, you will read about some new loans and some ways that the SBA will be bringing new tools to the table for you. Anything associated with SBA loans through the CARES Act, you must work with your financial institution and apply through them, okay? We've been getting some information from our commercial banks here this morning on March 30th. They are waiting for additional guidance from the SBA as far as how they begin executing and implementing these tools in our communities. They're not ready quite yet. Again, I will emphasize, be in constant contact with your lenders to understand which programs are most beneficial for you and how you get them in place just as quickly as possible. So again, medcoiowa.org/COVID is the page that we are constantly updating. We are trying to limit the number of emails that we send out to you all as business owners, as employees, as partners of our organization. But know that between those emails, we are regularly updating this website with the most pertinent information for your business. At any time, please reach out to us. We're all working at home too, but we are working harder than ever to make sure these resources are explained in the best way possible to you. You can email me directly, nick@medcoiowa.org. Call me, area code 319-560-6591, or again, stay in tune with our website with the latest information.